For coming. Yes, welcome to Cincinnati. I arrived this afternoon. Now, the way I see it, I didn't realize that airport was as big as it is. I'm telling you the truth. I landed in Tennessee and walked all the way to Cincinnati. Never walked so long in my life at any airport, but it was great to be here. You know, I talk about Cincinnati in the book. It's in the Nick Clooney chapter, and I came here a long time ago to pinch hit for Nick on his show on WCPO. Now, this goes back a long time, and he had a local show that was just an enormous hit in this area. He had a band, he had the Clooney sisters singing, little Georgie was running around the place, you know. Who knew he was going to become a major movie star? So Joy and I had a wonderful time. We went to La Maisonette restaurant. Went to see the Reds play with Pete Rose and Joe Morgan. And the big guy Perez at first base. And I don't know, we just had a wonderful time. Oh, we went to the opera at the zoo. Is that still going on? No more, huh? Not at the zoo. Well, glad they graduated. So, but I had a warm spot in my heart for Cincinnati, and I really enjoyed the week, and we talk about it a lot. And so, when it came time to write about Nick and George, I remembered Cincinnati and wrote a little bit about it. And, you know, the incident I had with George, even though he has done my show many times over the years, and I've watched him grow up into a major league motion picture star, one night, about 2 years ago, we were vacationing with another group on Lake Como in Italy. Wonderful place. And Clooney's press guy knew we were there, and he called me up. His name is Stan Rosenfield, and he said, you know, George is right up the street in his villa, and he'd love for you to come. So, Joe, all I had to do was tell Joy and the other ladies in the group, George Clooney wants to see us. Well, they went nuts. So I said, fine, let's all go. So we drove up to George's house, and I couldn't believe how affable he was and how gracious, and come on in, and showed us around, and we saw the whole thing. And then we sat down, and I don't drink wine. Do you drink wine, mister? I do. Well, stop looking at me like that, will you? So anyway, I had some wine. And I had no idea, but it really knocks you out, you know, glass after glass, and we're laughing. I'm telling him Joey Bishop stories, and he's telling me about all the movies. We had a wonderful, wonderful night. But in the morning, when we woke up, I had a hangover. And I said, did we stay too long at George Clooney's house? You know how it is when you go to somebody's party, and then you can't remember how exactly it went, and you wonder if you behaved, or were you a nutcase, or did you do something wrong, or does he hate you this morning, or did you drink all of his wine? All those things went through my mind, and I finally said, well, you know, what can we do about it? It's over, it's done with, but I have a bad feeling in my mind that we made jerks of ourselves. A year and a half goes by. One night I went to a movie in New York City, and it was the kind of a movie where they're previewing to people in the business and publicists and so on. I sat down next to a woman who owns a famous nightclub in New York City. And I didn't know her, but I had heard her name, and she said to me, I just got back from Italy. I said, really? Yeah, that's great. She said, well, I was at George Clooney's house. I said, well, so was I. She said, yeah, I heard all about it. I was afraid to say anything. You know, certain time you gotta keep your mouth shut. So I said, well, that's nice. And she said, George said it was the most fun night he's ever had in the villa. And I just felt so good, you know, and then I said to her, now tell me exactly what he said. And she got annoyed and said, that's exactly what he said. Anyway, listen, I'm happy to be here. I hope I say hello to all of you. And where am I going to be signing this book? Oh my God, you're going to climb these stairs. Nothing's easy in Cincinnati. Go to Chicago to get on your plane, believe me. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you up here.
You're big Regis fan.
23 years.
Front of the line right when you reach the top of the stairs, and then please hand your book off. You cannot stop the signing to take pictures in front. Just take a picture from the top of the stairs, put your camera away, and hand your book off and get it signed, okay? Thank you very much.
You have to get on the other side of the rope. Okay. Reach.
Oh, thanks.
Very well. Step on through.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, very well. He's signing yours right now. Come on up.
All right.
Two for this gentleman.
I'm good. Very nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Hello, Regis.
Oh, if you have an O.
Did he say oh?
I grew up listening to you, watching you.
Is that right?
Grandma loves you. My mom loves you now.
Oh my gosh. Tell them all thanks.
Absolutely, Regis. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.